Two young inside linebackers, Trenton Simpson, Teddy Buchanan for the Ravens. Daniel Jones with plenty of time. He's got a strike and he's got a completion down to the 15-yard line. Daniel Jones continues at quarterback for Indy. Jones under pressure, escaping, extending, and his pass is caught at the 30-yard line. An acrobatic catch.
He's got his feet back under him. He's been explosive all camp. He's just showing you what he's been doing all through training camp, so it's no surprise to us. We knew he'll have this type of game today.
Jones finds Pittman, first down, and again with the quarterback position still in doubt. Featured last week in Baltimore, now in the backfield. Pressure coming. Jones reads it. There's Warren. Over the hang, over the catch despite contact. First down, Indianapolis at about the 11-yard line.
Play clock at 2. Jones has time, good protection. He's got a wide open Warren. And Tyler Warren down to the 11-yard line. 4 touches in the first quarter for Tyler Warren. Now Taylor up the middle. He's got some room. Jonathan Taylor into Miami territory. And good for another Colts first down. A gain of 13. Jones with time. Touch pass. He's got a man. Pittman. Touchdown! Michael Pittman in the end zone. And the Colts take a 9-0 lead.
Another opportunity to attack. Look at the field position the Colts have.
Play fake to Taylor. Jones to the sideline. He's got a man. Adonai Mitchell was the inbounds. 3rd and goal for the Colts. Jones trying to do it himself. Daniel Jones fighting. He's in. Touchdown.
Chubb, Chop Robinson, and Jalen Phillips all on the field together.
And Chop Robinson offside. Free play for the Colts. Jones has got a wide open Pittman. And Pittman has the first down for Indianapolis. And right now a 17-0 Colts lead on the Dolphins. Jonathan Taylor has some room. Lowers his shoulder and still going. A big punishing run for JT. Colts take over at their own 42-yard line. Jones to the air on first down. Deep shot for Alec Pierce. Great adjustment. Was he inbounds?
I think
yes!
he was.
What a catch by Pierce. 3rd drive of at least 15 plays today. They had 5 all of last year. Jones looking for the touchdown. He's got it. 2nd rushing touchdown today for Daniel Jones.
Converts that right there. Drive alive. 2nd possession. To the air on 1st and 10. And he'll go long to the near side. He's got the rookie tight end. Warren on the fly. Singleton will bring him down. Hafunga will catch up with him.
And you can see that it's not like there's a lot of separation when he's in coverage.
No.
He's all over.
It's 3rd down and 2 out of the backfield. Taylor on the move. He's chased by Surtain and Singleton and Hafunga out of bounds. Galloping downfield. Takes it outside the 10. 2nd down goal. Jones again. The dive, the push, the grind, the touchdown. Colts have recaptured the lead. 2nd down and 8. Oh, they pinch him here, but he gets the ball away low and grabbed by Pierce.
A week ago, 7 catches. That draws the attention of the defense, so they've been dialed in on trying to limit him.
1st and 10. Jones going deep. Oh, he's got him. He's got Pierce. Caught. Flag. Moss to the 21. 1 timeout, Indy. Had to take it there because the injury timeout inside 2 minutes. It's Taylor who walks in. Touchdown.
To get a big chunk, to get a big distance, take it all the way.
Daniel Jones. They got by 1. Taylor gets by another. Oh, he's off to the races. A foot races Surtain. Here comes Hafunga. There goes Taylor. Out of bounds at the 9. Oh, what a run. 69 yards.
On
3rd and 3 off the play fake. Jones rolls the pocket. He looks downfield, looks to the other side of the field. Wide open is Josh Downs for first down. They're one of 4 teams in the NFL to have all homegrown offensive linemen. Jones zips it, caught by Warren. Jones off the play fake. Sets up in the pocket. Lofts it to his left, and it's Pierce who tried to make the diving catch, and they say it's incomplete. Gittens in for the first time. He's in the backfield. He picks up the blitz. Jones is in trouble. He's dancing away. He's got some daylight. And Jones will get the first down and more to the 25-yard line. Moelle Cox on the left side of the offensive line. A high snap. They get it to Taylor. Taylor goes to the goal line. He's into the end zone. But a flag is down on the far side. And the Colts not only have the possession here, they do get the football out of the locker room in the second half. Taylor, best run of the day for him, and he'll move the chains inside the 35. Let's check in with Adam Schein in New York. On second down from the gun. Jones right through the middle to Pittman, and Pittman toward the goal line, dives in. It's touchdown, Colts.
180.
Second down and 4. To Taylor. Taylor explodes. Makes a man miss to his right. Spin move, a beauty. Inside the 30. High stepping at the 25. Inside the 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Jonathan Taylor. 46 yards. Second and goal. They go to him again. He goes to his right. Bounces to the edge. Trying to get to the goal line. He is in. He kept his feet moving.
Jones and the Colts with their second possession. Pressure up the middle. Jones jumps it into the open space and finds Tyler Warren, who powers his way inside the 30 and down at the 28. The 24 is Jonathan Taylor bouncing to the edge. Taylor turns on the Jets, and he's got a first down. Out of bounds near the 11 for Indianapolis this afternoon. Jones, play action. Backside pressure comes as he gets rid of it. Juggling catches made inside the 5 and down to the 2. Tyler Warren sets 10 plays, 88 yards so far. Jonathan Taylor, the single back. Jones will turn, play action. Flag is down. Jones to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown by Michael Pittman. And the Colts take the lead. Certainly Matthew Stafford understands where Puka's going to be almost every play. Jones on first down, finding the rookie tight end Tyler Warren. A flag in at the end of the play.
3rd and 4. Jones, middle of the field. Now to the 20 is Tyler Warren. He's got a first down. Anyway, it's second down 10. Throw complete.
Yeah, there you go.
Tyler Warren is in for a Colts touchdown.
180.
The give. Jonathan Taylor is in for a Colts touchdown. If they get to the end zone, they don't have to worry about it unless they want an extra point. Jonathan Taylor down a sideline he goes. Flipped in the air at the 15-yard line. Jones set to throw. He can run it. He can throw it. And diving in the end zone. Touchdown Colts. Michael Pittman. Jones on the move. Delivered it. From the pocket, Jones. Catch made. Sliding at the 46. It's Doolan again.
180.
Jonathan Taylor. Big hole. Down to the 26, 27-yard line, a Colt first down.
180.
Jonathan Taylor, he's got 1 touchdown today. He's got 2. Jonathan Taylor comes back in. Fake to him. Daniel Jones is throwing. And open deep. He's got it. Inside the 10-yard line is Ashton Doolan.
I mean, you got to love this.
Having to earn his way back, accountability, and sending the right message is what's out there for Shane Steichen and this Colt team. And there he goes, Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown today. Can they get a two-point conversion? That's about the only thing the Colts haven't done right. Of course, they didn't plan on it. Taylor, he'll get it.
Offense that scored on 65% of its possessions this year, looking for an opening drive touchdown for the first time. Jones will throw on 1st and goal to the goal line. Warren is in. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. And we're right back where we started with the Indianapolis Colts with the football. It's as if it never happened. On 1st down, they keep it on the ground. Jonathan Taylor bouncing off tacklers. What a run from Jonathan Taylor out to the 27-yard line.
This offense is so hard to defend because they can beat your run game, play action, and then just straight drop back.
It's Taylor again, sweep to the left side. Jonathan Taylor got a block. Taylor down the sideline, tiptoeing out of bounds inside the 5. Jones on the roll, chased by Calais Campbell, trying to get to the goal line. He'll get there. Touchdown, Colts.
As that graphic shows you, they have played well through the 3 quarters during the course of the season. It's going to be the next 15 minutes, and can they keep this level up?
Here's Jones on the quarterback keeper, and Jones with a good run on 1st down.
But one of the really good teams in the NFL this season.
Jones looking, fits it in. Oh my, Alec Pierce with the catch, and it's 1st and goal, Colts. 2nd down and goal. Jones, pressure comes, floats it back in the end zone, caught! It's Josh Downs with the touchdown! Pierce in motion, 2nd down. Jones, backside pressure, hit as he throws. It's caught by Pierce and down at the Arizona 45. 2nd and goal. Toss play, Taylor to the edge, to the end zone. The Colts take the lead in the 4th.
But this has been a gutsy performance by the Cardinals.
2nd down, Taylor looking for 1st down yardage. He's got it and more. And Taylor to the 29.
Talked to Taylor about the offensive line. He said they're tenacious. They're asking the coach to run the ball. We're always on the same page. Jones, good hands. Tyler Warren, big gain down the sideline. Steps in that spot. They rotate up front. On a handoff for Taylor. Big hole. Taylor is gone. Touchdown, Colts. They just cruise down the field, and it's capped off by a 23-yard rip. A lot of motion up front. Fake the handoff. Jones, a little flip. He's wide open. Pittman is in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Missed 4 games with that elbow injury. This turns into a 3rd and 17. Jones, a deep drop. Step, throw, deep shot. Jones, he's got a man open. Over the shoulder, it's Pierce. Big play. From the gun. Jones fires, end zone, touchdown, Tyler Warren. The Colts can do no wrong.
Just spreading the ball all over the field, every position, getting some love from Daniel Jones.
Taylor sets up as a receiver. Now they do a jet sweep to Taylor. Taylor, zigzag move. Taylor works in for the touchdown. The toss, wide open, put 2 on the board to Pittman. All cylinders for Indianapolis. Jones seems to think that Steichen won. Steichen wouldn't give it up.
It's a good coach right there.
It's Taylor on the acceleration. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taylor in the backfield. And Jonathan Taylor will take it to the outside. Couple of defenders take a ride with him.
And they get the football to begin this game, and on 1st down, they run it with Jonathan Taylor. And Taylor still on his feet, breaking tackles, and Jonathan Taylor picks up 11 yards on 1st down. Daniel Jones to the air on first down. Looking deep. He's got Alec Pierce wide open at midfield. Back-to-back first downs for the Colts. This one covers 18 yards.
Than they have all season long to try and plug the absence of Jeffrey Simmons.
Jones feeling pressure and connects with Josh Downs. Tackled at the 28-yard line, but 19 for Downs, who did not play a week ago with a concussion. That's Downs in motion on 2nd and 7. Taylor's got a big hole. Jonathan Taylor into Tennessee territory. Tackled at the 44 by Xavier Woods, but a gain of 16.
Those are the numbers he likes to follow.
Jones looking for Warren, and he holds on. Tyler Warren took a big hit. 3 straight plays of at least 10 yards for the Colts. This could be the final play of the quarter. They run it with Taylor again. JT to the outside. JT, 5, touchdown! And the stutter for Taylor, his 12th touchdown of the year.
Kevin Winston's on the spot, but Porter leading springs Tyler Warren.
Jones looking deep down the field, and it is caught by Pittman with a flag down, but what a grab by Pittman. And it's Colts ball at the 20. Here's Jonathan Taylor on first down. Big hole. JT in the open field. Down the sideline. Staying in bounds. Still going. Taylor. The distance. First accepted penalty against the Colts today. Jones looking deep. Pierce is down there. Alec Pierce got it. Jones rolling right, looking for someone. Throws. He's got Downs. Touchdown. There is a flag down at the 1-yard line, but Josh Downs is in the end zone. We'll see if it stands.
And Highsmith now on the sideline. This is a banged-up Steeler defense to begin with. 3rd down and 11. Jones waits, throws, and he drops it in the bucket for Pierce. So a lot on his plate. Jones, shotgun, take a shot downfield, perfectly placed for Pierce, breaks a tackle. Bang, bang, Colts are deep in Pittsburgh territory. 13th play of the drive.
Or you do that.
And it's Jones taking it in for the touchdown. They're on their 10th play of the drive. They have not hit the 40 yet.
This could be a 25 player if they keep it going.
And Jones loops one to the outside. It's Pittman working that sideline. Jones trying to get them to jump. Now he's going to do it himself. And Jones surges. It's enough for a first down. Drifts back. Jones will throw it. Hits the open man, Michael Pittman. First down, Indianapolis into Pittsburgh territory. Tyler Goodson is in there. This is a 3rd down and 11 for Indy. Jones over the middle. It's caught by Downs. First down. Quiets the crowd for a moment.
Is Kyle Duggar. Got here on Thursday and hasn't had any issues so far.
Jones under duress. He hooks up with the receiver downfield, Pittman.
As long as that clock keeps ticking like this, that's what they need.
Under 6 minutes to go. Jones, the rainbow. Caught by Pierce. New set of downs for the Colts. Pierce now with 89 receiving yards. Guns it over the middle. It's caught by Pittman. And Pittman gets blown up at the 25. Jones, step, throw. Ooh, big hit, Pittman. Flag down. Jones, end zone. Open man is Downs for the score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And you're able to stay healthy. You're going into that bye week feeling very good about the first part of your season.
Jones Hits his man, Pierce. So Pierce goes over 100 yards on the day.
Taylor is the back. Jonathan Taylor ducking inside. He is in. A touchdown for Indianapolis, and he has tied the Colts all-time record with Edgerrin James. There's that RPO action, and Jonathan Taylor busts it into Atlanta territory and drags multiple defenders down inside the 40. Leading rusher despite his low output last week against Pittsburgh's tough defense. Now Jones takes a shot into double coverage, end zone, Warren, the rookie. Beg your pardon, it's Pierce leaping for the touchdown. On second down, sees a lot of space in front of him. There is the scramble ability for the first down as he slides in front of Bates, shy of the 30. They'll mark him down where the slide began. Now on to the second quarter. 1st and 15 after the penalty on Ryman. Jones looking for Pierce. Another big play for their best big play threat. 180. Let's 2nd and 2. And an easy first down for Taylor there. Big hole opened up on the right side.
180.
Keep it with Taylor. Bounce to the outside and a sprint down near the 25 of Atlanta.
180.
They got 2nd and short. That means it's Taylor time, and he's got the first down, and he busts away from the pack for plenty more. Jonathan Taylor, big run. There he goes, and Indianapolis takes the lead. 83 yards, the longest run of his career. Now 7 back in coverage. Jones wanted to throw downfield, doesn't have it, now has to use the legs. And there goes Jones, no timeouts, he steps out of bounds near the 40 to set up 4th down and makeable. To about the 35 or 30, you're in his field goal range. Jones, deep drop, floats one deep down the field for Warren, what a catch! Oh, a pretty grab by the rookie, down to the 34-yard line in field goal range.
180.
Right back to Taylor with Warren blocking. Touchdown, Taylor! An appropriate finish in Berlin, Germany. It's Taylor's game, and the Colts win in overtime.
Jones looking and connecting for the touchdown. It's Michael Pittman Jr.
Daniel Jones looks so comfortable.
But it's not. Over the top they go, and look at this play. Off he goes. That's Doolin shoved out inside the 5-yard line.
Can't say enough.
Ogletree in motion. Jones looking up top. Throws back in the end zone. Are the feet down? Yes! It is Ogletree with the touchdown grab.
What another play design, and also a big-time throw.
They mark it at the 46 of KC. Make the handoff to Taylor. Good time for Jones. Down the field he goes. And now for the first time, Pierce gets a catch in this game and a target.
They can get out on the edges. Out here or out there, they have a chance.
Taylor is trying to get to that right edge, and here he goes. Taylor around Cook. Taylor down the sideline. And he's able to break off his biggest run of the game.
But I changed my entire defense on that. Now I'm coming after you with something cool or changing the defense.
Fake handoff into the line. Stepping up, Jones. Taking off. He can run. Here he goes. Sliding down at the 22-yard line. Whole lot more of Nick Chubb and a little bit more of Ogunbowale. This time, Taylor cuts through and has a first down. So Colts offense back on the field at the 42. Fake the handoff. Jones, step and deliver. It's caught over the middle at the 25 by Pierce. Shotgun for Jones. 9 minutes to go in this first half. Jones, float it, end zone! Pierce has got it! Touchdown, Indianapolis! Saw a whole lot of Taylor on the last two drives for Indianapolis. Jones wants to throw it. He will. High throw, and it's handled by Pierce. Goes up the ladder to catch it. 18 yards and a first down.
It was a Hail Mary that landed C.J. Stroud with the Texans.
Stroud steps up. And Stroud is going to chuck it downfield. It is knocked down. And that is the end of the first half. Right now, a 7-point game, 6 minutes to go in the third. Jones steps up. Jones downfield. Over the shoulder, Josh Downs. Wow. Texans believe he was out of bounds. First down for Indianapolis. Fake the handoff. Jones wide open. A strike to Warren for the touchdown. Jones. Give it. Taylor. First down and more. Spilled out across the 30-yard line. Second down and 8. 4 minutes to play. Out of the pistol. Jones fakes the handoff, throws it downfield, complete to Pierce. Brought down from behind at the 41.5. First and goal at the 1. Handoff, Taylor. They try to push him in.
Second effort.
He's there. Touchdown, Colts.
And puts Tyler Warren closer to that third quarterback spot, which you don't want.
Nickel package on a 3rd and 8. Leonard steps up. Leonard waits to the last moment and gets it to Pierce for a big gain. The catch and run to the 42-yard line of Jacksonville. 31-13. It's a handoff to Taylor.
Well, that might be 70 yards right there.
Yep, Taylor gets his best run of the day. It's 13, and that puts him over 7.
3rd and 7. Rivers down the sideline, adjustment and catch by Pierce.
380.
Looks like a free play. Rivers, end zone. He's got his man. Pierce, touchdown Colts.
He needs to get some action tonight. 3rd down and goal. To the end zone. Touchdown again, Alec Pierce. Away into the end zone. Robert Saleh trying to keep him out. 2nd and goal. Taylor is in for the touchdown. Second and 1. Here is Pierce. His big night continues down inside the 30.
You know, Michael Pittman down here, biggest target in this situation. Out of the gun, they hand it to Taylor, who finds a hole and has a touchdown. His NFL-leading 18th rushing touchdown this year. And it's all Colts in the first half of this one.
They had success with this last time against the Colts, so they're going right back to it on the first 3rd down.
3rd down, Leonard. He's going to unleash a long one. Alec Pierce is there for the touchdown. Leonard is on time with a bomb to Pierce for 66 yards. Not a bad way to start your NFL career. Riley Leonard. From the gun. Leonard. Back of the end zone for the touchdown. Alec Pierce.
The kid is dealing. He is dealing.
So, new set of downs for the Colts. Taylor has just 10 yards on the ground. Leonard steps up. Leonard, another deep one. Separation. Caught by Pierce. And he's brought down inside the 5.